Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, my lovely student. With you, Mr. Abdurrahman Muhammad, science teacher from Al Karim Al Azhari Institute. This video for grade 6 student. Our lesson today speaks about the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse. All of us know that the sun emits heat and light, and also the sun is the main source of heat and light on earth. And also the light travels in a straight line. The sun emits heat and the light travels in straight lines. And we know the way of the formation of the shadow. Shadow is formed when a dark object gets in the way of the light and blocks a part of it. That causes the formation of shadow. Formation of shadow because the light travels in straight lines. When an opaque object or a dark object gets in the way of the light, it causes a blocks to a part of it and causes the shadow. For example, the formation of the shadow of a tree in a sunny morning when it gets in the way of sunlight, and also example of the formation of the shadow of our moon. Look at this picture. Formation of the shadow of our moon on the earth. This phenomena called the solar eclipse, and this the name of our lesson. The solar eclipse when the moon gets in the middle between the sun and the earth and it's blocked apart or the sunlight, it causes a solar eclipse and the formation of the shadow on the moon of the earth. Look at this picture and you will know the definition of the solar eclipse. There is a moon, the moon between the sun and the earth, and the moon in the middle, and it blocks the sunlight and form a shadow in the earth. So the solar eclipse, it is an astronomical phenomenon, occurs when the earth and the moon and the sun are nearly on one straight line. Again, the solar eclipse, it is an astronomical phenomenon, occur when the earth, the moon, and the sun are nearly on one straight line with the moon in the middle. It's seen It is seen in the morning only. The solar eclipse, it is seen in the morning only, and the solar eclipse don't last more than 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Now we will do an activity to explain how the solar eclipse is formed. Look at this picture. We have a light source that represents the sun and screen that represents the earth and pole that represents the moon. Put a tennis ball represents the moon between a big light source and a screen. Big light source زي sun will screen the earth as shown in the following figures. What you will observe? You will observe the formation of real shadow called umbra. This area, it is a black area which you can't see the light source at all. This area called umbra. Well, umbra, it is a real shadow in which you can't see light source, and also the formation of semi shadow area called penumbra اللي هي الفيننج اريا دي اللي حواليها دي اللي بعمل عليها مارك دي. يبقى الجزء ده البلاك ده umbra which you can't see the light source, but also formation of semi shadow called penumbra in which you will see a part of the light source only. You will see a part of the light source only. يبقى activity formation of the umbra اللي هو real shadow و penumbra it is a feigning area اللي هي formation of semi shadow. Now we will move the tennis ball farther from the screen. We will move the tennis ball farther from the screen as shown as the following figure. What you will observe, the umbra doesn't reach the screen. The umbra, اللي هو real shadow, doesn't reach the screen, but it casts a shadow area known as anti-umbra أو الانتي-umbra. والانتي-umbra ده in which you can see the light source as a lighted ring, not completed, as a lighted ring. يبقى كده عندنا 3 types of shadow اللي هو الامبرا اللي هو الريال shadow can't see the light source، والبين امبرا اللي هو semi shadow اللي هو part of the light، والانت امبرا you will see a source of light as a lighted ring. يبقى الكون امبرا اللي هو الامبرا اللي هي الريال شادو it is the dark inner shadow area in which the total solar eclipse appears. Look at this picture. This picture represents a total solar eclipse. The total solar eclipse is appears due to the formation of cone umbra. It is a dark inner shadow. يبقى the moon blocks the sunlight totally from the area of the earth that lies in the umbra of the moon, forming a total solar eclipse. Number 2, penumbra. It is the faint outer shadow. It is the faint outer shadow where the moon blocks partially from the area of the earth. Blocks partially from the area of the earth that lies in penumbra that causes the partial solar eclipse. جزئي partial solar eclipse. يبقى الأمبرا forming a total solar eclipse as you see، لكن البين أمبرا it causes the partial solar eclipse. Now we will talk about types of the solar eclipse. We know that there are 3 types of the solar eclipse. Number 1, the total solar eclipse. Number 2, partial solar eclipse. Number 3, annular solar eclipse. Look at this picture represents the total solar eclipse. You will see, you want to see the light. Number 2, partial solar eclipse, you will see a part of the sun. With annular solar eclipse, you will see the sun as a lighted ring. Number 1, the total solar eclipse. It is a type of the solar eclipse in which we can't see the sun completely, and it is formed in the shadow area called اللي هي الأمبرا اللي هو الكون أمبرا of the moon. يبقى total solar eclipse causes the umbra and we can't see the sun completely. Number 2, partial solar eclipse. It is a type of the solar eclipse in which we can't see or we can see a part of the sun. part هنشوف جزء of the sun and it's formed in the semi shadow area اللي هي البين أمبرا اللي هي الفين. It is called penumbra of the moon. Annular solar eclipse, it is a type of solar eclipse in which the sun appears as a lighted ring, and it is formed in the anti-umbra of the moon. Safety precautions in observing the solar eclipse. Number 1, we mustn't look directly at the sun in ordinary days. Give reason. We mustn't look directly at the sun in ordinary days because the sun emits harmful rays as ultraviolet and infrared rays that affect the eye retina and they may cause blindness. Blindness means can't see. Blindness within a few minutes. So number 1, we mustn't look directly to the sun because the sun emits harmful rays like ultraviolet rays and infrared rays that may cause the blindness within a few minutes. Number 2, doctor advised to use a special glasses to observe the solar eclipse. Look at this picture. There is a type or special types of glasses to observe the solar eclipse to prevent the ultraviolet rays which harms the eye retina. Finally, we have finished our lesson today. I hope to see you soon and goodbye.